Mr. Sick Pony, what's up, my man? I don't know if you said you were already gone to Burning Man or what the situation is, but regardless of what the situation is, I think that your video really sparked some thought within me, and hopefully I can present a little bit of knowledge to you. First of all, again, I remember talking to you on the first video about like how I felt on the subject of like the leeway that you and your wife had, and not how um, I didn't feel that way. Like I didn't agree with such things, and I mean, like I might have come off a bit preachy. It's something I feel strongly about. I mean, I don't mean to, but it's the topic itself is something I feel very strongly about. But I mean, I'm not here, and let me be clear here. I'm gonna try to drop to a more reasonable level. You know what I'm saying? Like be above, bring my thoughts above my emotions, because I know a lot of it is emotional for me, and then once it becomes emotional, the thoughts are lost. Once it becomes all emotion, then you sometimes can forget about the thoughts that might be behind the emotion, and it's all based on complete lack of logic. So I'm gonna bring it back down to the thoughts, back down to where I actually have a little bit of reason left in me. And so let me be clear on one thing, is that when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking to try to make any judgment of you and your wife's relationship, but rather to see how we can assess what's going on here. Try to make somewhat of an assessment of situations, not just your own, but situations similar to your own, such as things like temptation. Things like the masturbatory fantasies you speak of, some sort of temptation, and you talk about how it's for your midlife crisis, how it's for all that, and how that, like, what that does for you, like, physically. And so for your relationship with your wife, because you guys have that leeway, I'm not gonna try to say that you guys love each other any less. Just like, because I wouldn't allow that leeway and don't want that leeway, because I'm sort of the opposite. I'm very, very strictly anti-promiscuous and keep it between the couple. You can't say, well, you could say, but you would be wrong to say that because of that, I don't love my girlfriend. It's differences rather than necessarily one's right or one's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I can say why I don't agree with yours, but I can't say that you don't love your wife because of it. And I can't say she doesn't love you because of it. But you still couldn't say about me that I don't love my girlfriend because I won't let her go out and do something like that. Well, I mean, while she's with me, that is. I can't stop her otherwise. But I mean, I can't stop her if she's like, I don't know. I think I'm explaining that right. Okay. As long as she's with me, as long as she's you could say dating me, as long as I'm her boyfriend, I'd have to stick with me because that's how I feel, and that's how she feels too. But I still wanted to assess something and say, how far is this temptation gonna go? And again, this you can answer or not, but it's something to think about. Something to really reflect on is, how far does this fantasy take it? Is it just for one weekend? Or is it just for 1 week? Really? And like, really, is it really just for that specific period of time? Or does it continue on? I mean, for me, sex is connected with love. Even the smallest sexual things I connect when I do. If I were to do something like that, I connect it with love. It kind of triggers that feeling for me. And I wonder, when these fantasies are filled out, when you go and, have a little fun, how far does it get mentally taken? And what I mean by this is your wife enough for you? When you just go out and have your fun and whatever, at the end of the day, if the only person you had was your wife, I'm not saying I'm talking about sexually. I'm talking about the only person that you had doing anything with, having any emotional or physical relations with, was your wife. Would you be happy? Would you be able to be happy? If not, then maybe your own feelings should be evaluated. What I mean by this is, maybe you have gotten too caught up in fantasies to accept the wonderful reality that is your marriage. Now, what she lets you do and what you guys do, that's between you guys. And that's up to your guys' discretion, not mine. Because it's not my business. You're putting it out there and I'm going to talk about it because you put a video out, and I like making video responses, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. It's between you two. It's between your relationship. But what I'm asking you is this just fun? Or is it something you really need? Do you need other women in that way? And though I stop it at anything happening, even the smallest thing, I think we both have the same intentions, hopefully. And that is, I think we can both agree that at the end of the day, you shouldn't need physically or emotionally in that way anyone besides your partner. So I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts, hopefully. I'd like to talk to you about this because, I don't know, it interests me. So, peace out. Hope I wasn't too all over the place. And, much love to my subs. By the way, 800 subscribers. Thank you. That's amazing that I had 800. I don't want to make an 800 subs vid just because I've noticed that my videos have been seemed a little bit shallow lately. They've been more like, yeah, my birthday, whatever. I really want to get into some real discussion here because I feel like I haven't been doing as much of that. So, peace out and much love to all 800 of you.